Hi folks, Rodney back again. Hey, today I'm going to make a little quick trip up to Portland. It's about 175 miles round trip. Thought it'd be another great opportunity to do another MPG test. I have 4,006 miles on the vehicle now. The one thing that I have noticed since I bought the vehicle is that I'm getting a lot more turbo whine now than what I did when it was brand new. So obviously that means that obviously things are broken in a lot better. And it's not loud by any means. I mean, you can still just barely hear it, but it is more noticeable than what it was when it was brand new. So I'm going to go get gas now. I'll give you periodic updates as I'm driving, but like I said, it's about 175 miles. It is raining outside. Don't know exactly what the weather is going to be like, if it's going to be extremely windy. We do go through a section that's probably, I don't know, 45 to 60 miles long that is nothing but a strong winds coming across. And the funny thing is, it doesn't help MPG going one way or the other. It seems to come from the side, and just kind of makes for miserable driving. But anyway, it's real world driving, real world MPG, and so like I said, we're going to do that. I am going to flip the camera around real quick just so you can see something. One of the things that I have noticed is that when you're driving in town, and if you'll just kind of watch the gauge there, so if you get up to speed, so like speed limit here is 35 miles per hour. If I get up to 35, you can see how the gauge is dropping every time I step on the gas a little bit. But if you get to that mile or that 35 mile per hour speed limit and then kind of back off just a hair, notice how it's hovering right around 30 mpg. The thing that I have noticed, and I see this all the time, is that in town, if you get up to the speed that you want and then just kind of just barely let off the throttle a little bit, it holds that momentum and it carries, and it gets you great MPG in the process. So if you guys are trying to figure out how to get the best MPG in town, that is the absolute best way to do it. So anyway, I'm going to go fill up a gas and then I'll check in periodically as I mentioned. Okay, I'm sitting at 55 miles into the trip. Right now it's showing an average of 21.4. Hopefully you can pick that up. I saw it guys high as 21.7. We hit a couple hills since then, and so it's dropped it down to 21.4. I remember when I did an MPG test before, yeah, it was right about the same. Now the difference now is that it's been raining the whole way, so I don't know how that really impacts it. You know, obviously wind can make a difference, but 21.4 in the conditions we're in, I don't think it's too bad. So anyway, I'll go about another 50 miles, or maybe when I get to Portland and get ready to head back, I'll go ahead and give you another update. Thanks. Okay, I'm at the halfway point. I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see here. Went 97.6 miles, averaging 21.2. So I'm going to head back now, and we'll check it out once I get there. One thing I'm going to mention. Last time I actually stopped off at the gas station and refilled before I figured out the mileage. The one thing I did realize later is that in Oregon, we can't top off the tanks. So there's no way to get an accurate reading unless you went to the exact same pump, and then, you know, hopefully it stops at about the same time. I tried to get the gas station attendant to go on ahead and you know, going ahead and top off the tank, and he goes on to this 3-minute dissertation about, you know, giving a tip to the employees. And I'm thinking, okay, I've never given a tip to a gas station attendant before. I think that, you know, they're already gouging us on the pricing, so it's kind of hard to even think about doing that. But I guess maybe that's something we should reconsider. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. But anyway, like I said, there's no way to get an accurate reading that way. What everybody else has said, and what I found to be true myself, is that the average on the truck itself is actually very accurate. And it's usually within a half a gallon of everything that I've done, and that's what everybody else has said as well. So I'm going to go off of what it shows on the truck, but like I mentioned, 21.2, I'm 97 miles in. This is the turning point, so we're going to head back. So once I get back home, all right, I am just finishing up my round trip here. Put 205 miles, almost 206. And the average right now is 19.7. It did get up to 21.7. Coming back, it rained all the way up there, it poured all the way back, but coming back there was a pretty strong headwind, so I'm sure that probably aided in the fuel economy going up as well. but like I said, 19.7 with less than ideal conditions. I'm going to flip the camera around one more time. I do want to kind of reiterate what I was talking about driving in town. And so here we go. So you can watch the little gauge there, your instant fuel economy. So every time I step on the gas, you can see how it drops. But as I mentioned, if you get up to like the speed limit, so 35 to 40 miles per hour, it kind of seems to be that sweet spot. You just kind of level off on the throttle a little bit, and it will maintain your momentum and just kind of hover in that fuel economy range that I talked about. So if I speed up and then kind of let off just a hair, it bounces up, and it's going to hover between that 25 and 30, and it will continue to get you great gas mileage in town. So hopefully that helps somebody else if they're thinking about how to try to improve their fuel economy. The other thing that I'm going to mention too is that everybody I spoke with, when the vehicle's brand new, you're not going to get great fuel economy in town. You probably won't see any type of an increase until around 500 miles, and from there it just starts improving. Currently I'm getting about 17.5 around town, but when the vehicle was brand new, I was getting, anywhere from 12.5 to about 14.5. So don't be frustrated by the early fuel economy. It will definitely improve. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully this helps some people if they're contemplating buying a new Tundra. And then if you have any further questions, anything else I can assist with, please don't hesitate to just reach out to me and send me a comment. Take the time to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks again.